And we're back in the room. Nobody's here. If you're watching the replay, hello, welcome in. I almost said I keep going, like Jackie, welcome to my home. Guys, check out my Nerds pillow that my bestie LI got me because I keep, I have to bifocal it. I have to go, who's sending me a text. I can't wait for young people to get old. They'll see, right? Hello, Dawn. Hello, Pixie. How are ya? I don't know how to filter this thing to be all the texts, and this is my age showing again, but yeah. I don't want to mess with it too much, but yeah, hello. Hi. Hope you guys are doing good tonight. Hey, Brian. I can barely see the screen unless I go like this because, I'm calling a blind. Oh, yeah. Columbus, Ohio. Oh, my God. I love it. I love it. My cousins, they all live in Powell. So, you know where that is. If you live in Columbus, obviously. Yeah. So, yes, how is Columbus today? Hot, hot, hot. Everybody hot. Oh my God. Hey, Katie. Hello. Still at work. Okay. You'll be lurking. That's cool. I'm not going to be on here long. I decided to pop on and hopefully won't have any trolls. But I started to do it sideways, but I'm holding my phone today because I'm lazy. And then I was like, I'm too lazy to even hold the phone sideways. Like, God almighty, I'm crazy. Hey, Cindy. How are you? If I sneeze a lot, yeah. I don't know if I have, excuse me, pardon me. I don't know if I have like seasonal hay fever or that guy that was smoking. So we went to the casino. I don't know. Did I tell you all this? I've told so many people this story. So we went to the casino and I put a $10 bill into the Buffalo Wild machine, the buffaloes that has the stampeding buffalo thing. It's a great big machine, right? It's a penny, but you have to max out at I think it's 380, 360, something like that. Then you could even go more like 520 or something like that and hit the other button. But anyhow, I ran it up to $80. And then, this was Bill's work people. They decide, because they're all young, guys. They're all young. So anyway, they all wanted to go to the casino, which is actually in Virginia, but I live so close to Virginia, Kentucky, North Carolina. We live right up in the tip of Tennessee. So I can get to all those states pretty quick. So anyway, we decided it's 30 minutes. So we decided to go over there Friday night. And, Bill and I are usually in bed. So we stayed out till 11:30, which is so nuts. We didn't do that. Last time we did that, we were at Dawn's. But anyway, so funny. But so we talked to another couple that he works with. Young, they were young. Everybody was 30 years younger than us, at least, 20, 30 years. I think one kid, I was old enough to be his grandmother. But anyway, yeah. We were talking to this one couple. He was on the electrical side of where Bill works. He's an electrician. And him and his wife were just lovely people, sweet. They had kids and they were talking about their kids. And we just got interested in talking to them. And then we met up with everybody else who were, I won't say they were drunk, but they were getting there, and we don't drink anymore. So Bill kind of, we sat there and talked to his boss and his boss's wife, lovely people, really sweet. They were on the roulette table. Not roulette, yeah, roulette. And so we decided, let's go play a slot machine. Well, he just chickened out. He was just like, I have some money in my pocket, but I hate to lose it to a slot machine. He's like, I'd rather keep what money I have than gamble it away. I was like, okay. And Bill laughed at me, guys. Before we went in, we were sitting in the car, and he laughed at me so hard because I had taken out I had a $20 bill. I had a 10 and like 3 fives. That's the money that I had. Like, I was just like, well, they take your debit card if we really get hardcore gambling, but we've been to Vegas many times and like, we don't. I mean, nobody's good at gambling. Let's just say that. My cousin claims she is, and she does show me all of her winnings, and it's massive. But I'm always like, "How much you put in there, dude?" But anyway, they live there, so what else are they gonna do? But yeah, we got in not in a fight, but we he laughed at me. We didn't get in a fight, but I was like, well, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna take my little what did I have? 20, 30, $45. Yeah. And I stuck that $10 bill in that Buffalo Wild machine. And as we were walking around before I hit that machine, we walked completely all over. I mean, we walked so far around that place that night. It's huge. That we just couldn't figure it out. I wanted to play a Willy Wonka machine, and I couldn't find a Willy Wonka machine. Then I wanted to play a Mo Mummy machine. I couldn't find a Mo Mummy machine. So I was like, well, shit. Let's just keep walking. And as I walked past this couple, they were smoking because it's not a non-smoking casino. There is a non-smoking place. We went down there, and it was like the basement. And there was two poor people in there gambling, and it stunk down there, even worse than the smoking. But so I was like, well, let's just go back up to where all the action is. So we go back up there. This place was packed. And we're walking around, and some guy and blows his smoke out. I mean, I don't think he doesn't do it to like piss anybody off or do it in my face, but it happens to go into my face. And I breathed in his gross ass cigarette smoke from his lungs. So, long story short, that is why I think I got sick. But then again, it's a lot of pollen and dust and, whatever, hay fever season or whatever. So maybe I'm sick because of that. I'm not like, oh my gosh, like I was when I got home with COVID from New York, and from Dawn's in Philly, but I'm like, I don't feel great. And then we had the flu, what is it, February or March? So, I mean, you can kind of tell them nasally and, I'll have a fit of sneezing. Anyway, so I put that $10 bill in and I run it up to like $80. And then I'm like, cool, and it kept giving me, it's that game that like, when you hit like the picture, it does these little pictures, it goes 2 times or 3 times. So you get that many spins. So, you get 8 spins, 10 spins, whatever. And it gives you free spins, which I like those, the multipliers and stuff. So it goes down to $3. And I think I did put another $5 bill in because you know how it gets down. Maybe it went down to like 30 cents or something. It was a 3. I think I did put a $5 bill in because I had the $5 bill. I did. So I'm lying. I was lying. I invested $15. Sorry. So $15 investment. And then it started hitting and it started giving me those things. And I got it up to $179. And I was like, this is $180 or whatever. I'm out. I hit my machine. I hit the ticket and went to the window and cashed my money out. I was like, hell no. And this is what I always say when I win money at any casino. And I don't care what it is, the Wynn, Caesars, anywhere, Harrah's, it does not matter. Biloxi, wherever we're at, I always say, I'm taking your money home tonight. I don't say the word bitch, but under my breath, I say bitch. Because I don't want to be mean to the little girls that work there, the guys. So yeah, I really literally said, I'm taking your money home tonight. And like I'm a terrible, people like me don't keep casinos in business because they want you to stay and put all that money back plus your paycheck. And Bill said, so many people in here tonight are losing their house payment. I'm like, yeah. What are you laughing at? I mean, I'm live. I'm live. Okay, go ahead. But if y'all hear that screaming, that's my little grands. Which one is it? It's Charlotte.
No, that's Mac.
Oh, that's little Mac.
Yeah.
That's little Ev.
Well, I'm getting my clothes.
Okay, babe. He didn't know. He could have sat down here and done the live with me, but I could see he was FaceTiming my daughter, so he didn't know. He thought I was talking to Leanne. So I was like, don't, because here's what, I wasn't trying to be mean to him. I was trying to say, like, don't say anything crazy because he can. He'll just throw out an MFer and a, SOB on you. So I didn't want that to happen, guys. So I was like, all right, just gonna warn you, I'm live, I'm live, I'm live. I wasn't trying to be mean, but it did come across mean. Oh my gosh. Everybody's in here. Hi, Jaynette, hello, Laurie. Michael, hello. How are you? Craig, loving you. Craig has been so sweet to me. Craig's sweet all the time, but he's really been very sweet while all of the Maryland jazz has been going on, guys. I really thought I was going to lose it, but uh, you know, it's part of having a pet. It is part of having a pet is someday. I read this thing on somebody's Facebook that said, what is it like saying to their dog when their dog passed? They said, like, it's sad that you can spend your whole life with me, but I don't get to spend my whole life with you. And I was like, that is it in a nutshell, dude. But yeah. And she was the best dog. Saya, oh my gosh, I missed you. Hey, Saya, I hope you're still here. Um, but yeah, it's so sad losing a dog or a pet because it's just like, God, it's the worst pain. And then, there's always that one pet. Like I can name like two of my pets that I've just really like for some reason they've been my bestie and they've like I don't know. I think Marilyn was reincarnated from the cat that I used to have named Jazz because they acted just alike, and they treated me with the utmost love and whatever, unconditionally. So I'm always like, those were my two, like, my angels. You know what I mean? I loved all my pets. Don't get me wrong. I loved all my pets, but just for some reason, Marilyn had my heart, and so did Jazz. And so losing them just tore me to pieces. It tore me to pieces. So it was that thing of like they're always on you. Like, I could be anywhere in the house and I could whisper, Jazz, like that. And he would come running and get right on. From a tiny baby, he slept on my chest, and then he got to be 16 pounds of a cat. So yeah, he'd get right on my chest and like kiss me and just love on me and do his head. And Marilyn was the same way. She would get on my chest and like she would lay on my chest and then I would do that and she would kiss me from like this with her head back towards mine. And I miss that so much. It's gotten so where she slept on this couch and I always lay on this couch until I fall asleep and then I finally get up and go to bed, or sometimes I don't. That whole time she was sick, I didn't, so she could see me. But it's that thing of she's not at the end of the couch and I finally am realizing I can stretch my legs out because she's not there. But I really only recently thought I don't know why I'm laying here with my legs all up because the dog's not down there anymore. It's one of those things. But I don't mean to bring anybody down. I was just, telling you stories and stuff. So what are you guys doing? Did anybody watch the Louis Vuitton, is it Spring Summer 26 men's show? I wanted to get Dawn or Jolie, and I don't know if Dawn could do it or not, but see, I don't have the studio thing where you can pipe in another, Caleb does it. Caleb and Zane do it really well where they, watch a show, watch something and react to it live on their channel. And I just don't have the software downloaded and I don't know. I'm learning so much stuff at work right now. I don't really want to F's with nothing new. It's just me being lazy and old, but yeah, I know Jolie and Jackie both have the technology and they're smart enough to do that. So I wanted Jolie or just anybody to go live with me and react to the show because God, I texted Becca and I was like, oh, I need to have 2 more jobs. I need to get a job promotion, man, because I'd love to have that. They have a tiny P9. I bet that thing's $8,500. But it's tiny. It's like, I don't know if it's an 18, a 20, but it's small. And the color of purple that they have now, gosh, it's like a deep. But anyway, it's on YouTube if you guys want to go Watch if you haven't yet. But what's everybody saying? You can do it, Dawn? Okay, we'll do it one night. We need to do that. Let me know when you want to and set it up because I don't know. I can't do the picture in picture and watch anything and pull it up. I guess you have to have that, whatever it is, StreamYard, Streambird, Streamland. So anyway, God. Oh my gosh. Michael, I'm so beyond sorry. Oh, thank you. Michael, cuz you've had some really good puppies, I'm sure. Yeah, it's just and cats and you have a cat now, don't you? It's sad. It's just so like the worst, painful, whatever. And I'm second guessing myself about it. And I really shouldn't because part of me second guesses because she was misdiagnosed and it makes me sad to think, well, you should have taken her down to Asheville first, and then maybe she wouldn't have suffered so long. You know what I mean? That thing, and then maybe if I'd caught it earlier, they could have done. It's the woulda, coulda, shouldas that always get you, but it ended how it was gonna end, and I hated that because she was only 9, and I say only 9. I know in a dog's life that's like what 50 or 60 years old, but to me, Bootsy lived to almost 16. My cat Jazz lived to 16. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that she would have, gone on to 16 or 17 years old. And that I feel like I was robbed from a third of her life. You know what I mean? So anyway, it's just that whole thing. But anyway, yeah, I think Michael has cats. Yeah, I was a smoker too, Michael. Yeah. Right, and I don't think I was walking really fast. So I think we just walked in his path of him, blowing out this I don't blame him or whatever, but it was disgusting. But yeah, that smell of somebody's smoke that comes out of their lungs? I mean, I know it well because my dad was a heavy, heavy smoker. I smoked for 20 years. Bill smoked for 20, we smoked for a while. I smoked from 13 till I was 30. So not 20 years, 17. Now what is that? Oh, I guess I was older than that. No, I was 30. I was 30. So I started at 13. Yeah, just 17 years. Anyway, I've been quit since I was 30. So, way longer than I ever smoked. But I don't miss the smoking. I don't miss the smell of smoking, but occasionally I miss the social whatever of it and the after you eat and that morning time. I can think of all kinds of cigarettes that were so great. It's like, yeah. Hey. Hey Heidi, how are you? I hate to keep doing this, but I am blind, so my bifocals are kicking in double time tonight. I still smoke. Everything else is killing me. So yeah, I mean, I don't poo-poo the idea. I don't, I'm not one of those militant ex-smokers who are just like, don't do it. I mean, I just don't enjoy to be around it anymore, but I can put myself into and out of situations. I'm a grown woman, right? Very grown. So but I don't begrudge anyone a vice. I have many, obviously, chief among them buying expensive things that I cannot afford and do not by any means need. Yeah, that is me. Yeah, I mean, you boo. You're grown. You got to do your own thing. And I recorded a video earlier and my bangs are just so messed up, and then I got a thing from my, our barber because I go to a barber too. He's really good though. Um, but yeah, I didn't realize it, but our hair appointment, I thought it was next week, and it's actually Thursday, so it's like, "Oh, I get it, it's time." But anyway, I just wanted to check in with you guys. I haven't been live in, like, a month or 3 weeks or so that last live that me and Ed had. Oh, that was so fun and so funny. I laughed my ass off. He sent me clips of it and I laughed so friggin' hard. God, that was funny, funny, funny stuff. Yeah. Yeah, everyone has a vice, seriously. And if you tell me you don't have a vice, I'm looking at you like, I bet you do. I bet if I hung out with you a weekend, I'd find it. I'd figure it out. But anyway, yeah. I can be loving, but Michael, you know I can be a bitch. I can be. But everybody has the propensity to be a bitch. What was it, Jelly? We were sharing our pictures of. My face is itching off. Um, we were sharing pictures of our proms, me and Jolie, and of course Dawn, and all of us were sharing our pictures, and Jackie and Jen in a chat group the other day, and I one of the pictures I'm looking at my bestie. We were at our my senior prom. She was already out of school. And I'm looking at her with a weird face, and she said, "I can just see the smart ass in you." Back then, I said, "Yep, yeah, we're kindred souls." Then Jolie's not around tonight. She's out traveling, I think. She's traveling and keeping them roads hot. I know, Dawn. And then I get, I bitch and I moan and I complain, and then I think, fuck, why am I bitching and moaning, complaining, man? I need to stop. But I'm halfway through the bitching and moaning before I go, do I really want to be here right now? Hey, Rachel. Hello. Oh my gosh. Did you guys see Rachel Goes Shopping's video? Where you remember she did her Murakami videos, and she opened one that was opened by the UPS or FedEx or whatever it was. Somebody got it. Somebody stole her freaking cosmetic case from the Cherries drop. And like it was so priceless to see that because she had proof and evidence, very rarely do I open on camera without already getting into the box. I normally never do a true unboxing, so that she did that was just something in her saying, do that, because then she had her clear reaction to the theft, and the theft was on film. Like it was just like, you know. But if you haven't watched that, watch that if you get a chance tonight or tomorrow. It's really good. All the stuff that went down, and I won't spoil everything, but you can go see if she got a refund or not. But it was kind of crazy when she said her essay asked her if it was her normal UPS guy, and she said it is. We've had him for about 5 years, and that's very uncharacteristic. So it lets me know. It makes me think. I won't say it lets me know because nobody really knows. These are all just my opinions. But it makes me think sorting or loading that I know my friend used to work at UPS, and he wasn't a driver, he was a loader. So in the morning he would go really super early, like at 3 or 4 in the morning, and load those trucks up. So something, and then it makes sense that when you watch it, the way that it happened, her box and her dust bag was in there, but they took the receipt, which was very like, huh. I wish you would be dumb enough to take that back to a boutique. Like, what? Mm-mm. But that didn't make any sense. But, when Carter and I watched together, she said, "Oh, no, Mom, that's so they can say it's legit when they sell it to somebody for 500 instead of what are people selling them for 15, and they cost 1,000." So, yeah. I wonder about good deals, right? Good deals may be good for you, but did somebody have to suffer to get it? And I wouldn't buy anything stolen. If you said to me, "Hey, this fell off the back of a truck and I'll give it to you for a third of the cost," I wouldn't do it. I would not do it. I don't like the karma that comes with that. I mean, you do what you want. Like I said, I won't judge you. You don't judge me. But I wouldn't do it. Mm-mm. And I've been in the situation to do it. Now, does that mean I've bought things on eBay and other places that of course we all have probably. Um, but yeah, I think somebody came to us one time with a TV. It was somebody in our family, and they had walked out of a store with it. Yeah. And I was like, hell no, I don't want that TV. Mm-mm. That damn thing would short out and burn my whole house down just as soon as I bought it from you. Right? Because you never know the downline karma that comes with that. Once you knew it, if they'd come to us and said, "Oh, I got this as a gift," that was dumb on their part. "Oh, I got this as a gift, and I just really am hard up for money. I'll give it to you for $100." Like, we would have grabbed it. But that you said, "Oh, I just walked out with it." That's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to know. And my son is now a cop. So don't tell me any illegal stuff. I'm not saying I'll turn you in, but I can't withhold stuff if I know it. You know what I mean? Knowing. Once you know. But yeah, he is a police officer. He was just talking to my husband, and he was saying they're getting their uniforms ready to put them out. I guess they're going to do ride alongs with other more seasoned cops, the rookies. He's a rookie. So he's very excited about that. I hope he stays with it and he likes it. Where we live in the city we live in, he's a city cop. So it's not a county cop, it's not a sheriff or anything. But um, God, there's a mosquito in here. Oh, shit. I don't want to get bit, but it's probably going to happen. But yeah, you have to sign a contract when you get interviewed and finally get offered the job. You sign, I think it's a 3-year term with them. So you can't leave within that 3 years, or I don't know what'll happen, but it can't be good. Who wants to mess with the police? Not me. So yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it is scary. It's scary. You know what? I wouldn't say there's crime everywhere, right? In most of the stuff you see on TV with the crazy, like, we live near a little town called Mountain City, Tennessee. And I was watching, it's been years ago that this happened. I was watching a 48 Hours, and this gal and her mom and her dad killed a couple, and I think their child. And that's Bill was there today, actually, in that town. So there is stuff that goes on here. Bad stuff, bad crimes and stuff, but it's not what I would say like too bad. But what I worry about for him is, and this is my worst fear for him, for anybody on the job, is that he'll pull up on some really horrible stuff and his little psyche can't handle it. You know what I mean? That's what I worry about. And he's really gruff and tough. And he puts up a good front, but I don't know. That makes me it it makes me wonder. Do you know what I mean? It makes me trepidatious about his job. Of course I don't want him to, you know, be run over, shot, or any of those bad things. Obviously, that's my biggest fear. But even more than that, sometimes I worry about him going into a home and doing a welfare check and finding somebody that's like that family, and that I couldn't stand a baby or something. Guys, animals, a lot of animal cruelty. I won't say a lot, but that's kind of, something I can remember being on the news more than anything else around here. And it's people who hoard up things, and they, have 55 dogs and crazy shit like that. Like my vet was telling me, yeah, oh, we have to call on people all the time, having 14 cats and, stuff like that. We used to my husband used to service a guy who well, he didn't. The company that he worked for did. He had sold them the unit, and it was a brother and sister. I'm just saying. And there was something a little not 100 about them. They weren't all there. They were kind of inbred, I think. I just want to say that. I mean, this is all just my opinions. I don't know. But anyway, when they had to have their unit service, and they were really weird. Like, if it was 100 degrees outside, they wanted it 95 in the house. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they wanted it hotter in the house or something than it was outside, even in the summer. And so it's really hard to make a heat pump produce heat when it's freaking hot already, right? So they would call all the time, and the poor serviceman that would go out there, he couldn't barely even make it in the front door from the smell. And they had like chickens and stuff in the city. And their neighbors finally got them condemned, and it was on the news forever. Their trial and how they went to jail and the cruelty of animals. And there was so many animals dying in the house or dead. Just a lot, just a whole lot. I can remember that. But yeah, and Bill's like, that's my customers. And I'm like, I know, I worked there too. That's way back right after college when I worked with Bill at the company he used to work for. Yeah, and that guy would call, and I'd have to tell the serviceman, I'd have to say, dude, you gotta go to, I won't tell you their names, but I said, you gotta go over to the place. And he'd be like, I'm not doing it. I can't do it. And then he would go and get stuck throwing up somewhere, and then another one would have to come in behind him and put a mask on and try to go in. But crazy shit, guys. I don't know why my mind is thinking about crazy shit tonight. Just telling y'all everything, everything. Yeah, I've got a little touch of something too, Michael, obviously. I think we all do. What I was saying, I don't think they were mentally they weren't mentally there as far as an adult thinking person in their right mind. They weren't in their right mind, and there was a lot of yeah, weird things, but I'm sure they're past now. This has been what, 20 something years ago, 20, maybe even 30 years ago, but I'm sure they're gone now because they were older then. But they bulldozed that house. I mean, what else could they do? They tore it down as much as they could and trashed everything, and then they just came in with dozers. And I don't think there's a house that has gone on to that corner lot. I'll have to ask Bill. In all these years, funky mojo on that land, right? But anyway, and they were foster homes. Oh my gosh, what are you guys talking about? Rachel, my friend was a social worker, Dawn. She had some, oh, yeah, my daughter-in-law is, she's a social worker, and it's sad. She can't really, and Dawn, of course, is, and Ed, but she can't really say too much. Of course, not names and stuff. But I'll tell you this, and this is why I worry about my son being a cop. I used to work for my cousin, and she had a catering business, and there was two sisters in there that I absolutely loved that worked with us. Loved them. They were best friends with my cousin. We went on little trips together, just really fun people. But they had a best friend who was a cop, a detective, and there was some just horrible, horrible things. Like a woman in her 40s seducing a very young boy, like in his teens, and that's disgusting. And they arrested her. They had been investigating her, and they arrested that bitch, and she deserved it. I hope she's still rotting in jail. That's so. I got no sympathy for people like that. You know right from wrong when you're that age. You know. But anyway, I just worry about my son investigating or seeing things like that. Like he's always going to be my kid, and he's always going to be a baby to me, my baby, right? So I just worry about just all the crappy shit that goes on in the world that people have to see, you know. Anyway. Anyway. Oh, I'm doing home modifications. Hopefully next week, guys, we get our bathroom totally remodeled and part of Carter's bathroom remodeled. We did the fence. Remember, we did part of the fence last year. We partially did half of it, and then we finished the other half this year. So that happened a few weeks ago. I want to say about 3 weeks ago. So I'm pretty happy that our fence is done. We need to replace the front porch completely. This house was built in 96, and we've done a few things along the way, but we need new windows, obviously. I need shutters. That's going to be an easy thing. I just have to find a handyman to get up on a huge ladder and put those up for me. I can get the shutters, no problem, at Lowe's for like 700-800 bucks, no more than we have. I just have to pay a guy to get up there and install them because Bill's not getting on a ladder. I'm not letting him get on a ladder. No. He still thinks he can though. Yeah. So yeah, there's some we need, yeah, and we definitely need to redo all the flooring upstairs. But here's the situation. You have to freaking move out of your house to do it. And I'm like, I work in my bedroom. There's so much crap we've accumulated. We'll have to clean the whole damn thing out. No. So we did redid all the flooring downstairs, right? Tile and wood. And nobody lived in those rooms. I mean, that's your downstairs. You're not living. So it was very easy to take our time and have those. Bill did them himself. He's not of an age where he can now. And I don't want carpet again. God almighty, I hate carpet. It looks so shitty after a while. Mine does. It looks like a crime scene in here. And I tell the little guy, I have it cleaned about every 6 months. And I tell the little guy, I apologize. And he said, ma'am, I just come from a home that really did look like a crime scene. Do not apologize. Your carpet looks good to be as old as it is. And I'm like, well, hell, if I didn't clean it every 6 months. But now it's just, yeah. It's moving out of the purse room. I'll have to take those shelving things down because we have them sitting on the floor but mounted to the wall. So take all that down, move completely out of the it's a bitch, man. It is a bitch. It's convenience, not, having the funds to do it because I could scrape that together. It's just freaking moving all the shit out to do it. God. I'd rather just move out of the house to tell you the truth. And then when I sell it, give somebody, here's a flooring allowance. Get those floors fixed, right? So yeah. Yeah, wood does get scratched. Yeah. I mean, and it is all scratched up now. God, we did that years ago. That was one of the first projects we tackled, and we've replaced the hot water heater 2 or 3 times in this house. We've replaced all the heating and air. We've redone duct work. We put a heating and air system in the garage because that is where our laundry room is. So we've done some modifications and some things. We've painted the house 2 times, 3 times now. So yeah, it's just a lot. Yeah, the fence, home ownership. We've redone the deck. We've rebuilt the deck once. We've replaced it. So yeah, we've redone the driveway until now. We had it retarred and everything. So now, Bill's like, we can't keep doing that. We're gonna actually have to have a concrete guy or an asphalt guy come out and re-pour a new driveway. So we're gonna have that done. I've replaced my mailbox 10 times, and I'll tell you why. Because we live on the corner and people get to the stop sign in front of our house and decide that they wanna, oh, we forgot something at our house. Let me back up in my neighbor's driveway, which is fine. But they don't account that my mailbox is right there. And so they whip through and turn my mailbox over. It's happened 10 times. So I've got a new mailbox, and we don't have, everybody on our street has the those that are bricked in, the big fancy bricked kind. And we do not. And now I know why. And I'm glad. And I thought about doing it once, but how many times would I have to? I'd be so sick and it would ruin someone's car. We've had so many people, we've watched people do it and just go onto their house. We've seen them, on the camera. And I've posted on my Facebook before, like, hey, whoever this is, we know who you are. We see you up in the neighborhood. You could have stopped and said you broke my mailbox in half. Thanks. Thanks. Yeah. So it happens. But anyway, yeah. Home ownership. Ain't it grand? Ain't it grand? Yeah, Dawn, you got a new driveway, but I can't park in your driveway Remember Bill hitting that thing next to his leg? Oh my God, we'll never forget that. That was horrible. I know, right? Ugh. But yeah, people who have their like our mailmen, they won't get out of the house, out of the truck and walk to your house. I mean, some I guess there's some routes that they do that, but mm, you got to put that mailbox right and high up enough. And mine hates it because I get a lot of packages because y'all know I'm a shopaholic and I order a lot, and I can see it on his face in the camera. Sometimes he has to make 2 trips. I'm like, "Oh, God, I'm so sorry." But, he always brings it to the front door. He walks all the way from the mailbox or from my driveway, and he walks around the house and comes to the front door. The FedEx guys, however, okay, if they don't need a signature, they stick it in front of my garage door. So I've run over packages before backing out. Do your job, carry it all the way to the daggone porch, please. But anyway, I don't know. I'm so glad you guys came by. Um, hey, Janet. Winnie, you need a parcel locker. We got one, and put it at the gate. So much easier. They tend to do. I don't got no gates over here, babes. Mm-mm. The neighborhood sign is at my dang in my yard. You wouldn't believe the damn people that put up garage sale signs. Now, I will say in the last couple of years, people have done well because they know we'll take them damn signs out while your garage sale's going on. But they'll put the garage sale sign on, because we're the corner lot in my yard, and then leave that some bitch there for weeks. And I'm like, have a garage sale, advertise it by all means. But if you're going to come down here and put it in our yard, take it out. And then we used to have realtors, which they don't anymore because we'd take their signs and put them in our garage. But we used to have realtors that would come and, advertise for houses up in the neighborhood, like open house or, for sale. They quit doing that because they figured out real quick we kept their signs. And those signs must be expensive. But I'm like, not today, honey. I'm sorry. I know you're trying to make a sale on a house, but you didn't come and ask me for shit. Well, we have to mow around it and weed eat around it. You know what I mean? It becomes cumbersome. So anyway, I know I'm just being a bitch. I'm being petty, right? Katie says, inherited my parents' house, not making changes. I don't know how long I'll live there. Whoever buys it will probably tear it down and build apartments. Wow. Okay, accessory dwelling units. It's a thing there, yeah. Well, that'll bring you better money then. That's awesome. But yeah, I feel the same way. I always tell Bill, like, other than, here's what I hate. I wish that my family would do what I do and take your shoes off at the door. And Dawn, I apologize that I didn't do that at your house, but I should have. But I like to take my shoes off and change into my slippers. But ain't nobody in this house ever does that. And it's so disgusting to think of the shit you drag in, literally shit you drag in to your friggin' house on the bottom of your damn nasty shoes. That's just stuff I think about. Do you guys think about stuff like that? And I also think about people who go to a park with their dog, and I love dogs, and I've done it too, but it boggles my mind to think of all the poop in bags in landfills. Like, guys, it's disgusting to me. It's shit like that just really just drives me crazy. But yeah, I have like shoes I wear in the house and then the shoes that I wear outside of my house. But Bill won't do that. And who knows where in the hell he's been in his boots. You know what I mean? Nobody does it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just saying. Okay. But yeah. But doesn't it drive you crazy the thought of it? I think the older I get, the more like what do they call that? Compulsive obsessive? Obsessive compulsive disorder or disease? I think so. I think that's what I'm getting. Yeah, right, Craig. It's so like, oh God, and that's how you keep your floors looking good. Is you just, you know, you just take your shoes off at the door and put your little slippers in there. Which I have so many different pairs of shoes that I wear every day. You just have to carry them in your. You can carry. Sometimes I'll just wear my socks and I'll carry my shoes up or switch into a house pair of shoes. Right. I mean, it ain't hard. But anyway, San Diego, not a bougie area, but near one. I think San Diego sounds really nice. I'm sure the home values are skyrocket. You know what I mean? They just keep going up and up and up and up. We reminded people how others had lived in a resale home and the things they did in that home. Yeah, right. You know what I love to do? I love to go to open houses. I haven't done it in a long time, but we used to see an open house and I'd say, let's whip in there and just look and see how the other half lives. Especially in a ritzy neighborhood we could never afford, $1 million homes. Let's go in there and check it out. Yeah. But anyway, I'm just talking out of my ass now, guys. San Diego is, yes. Oh, God, I bet. Anything in California. California is expensive, guys. Michael, you live in LA, don't you? The looky loos, yeah. Yeah, and I'll always talk a good game like, "Yeah, we've been approved." They ask you that shit now when you get in there. "So have you been approved? What bank are you at? Da 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 da. How much are you approved for?" It's like, "Hey, I just want to come in and see their granite countertops. Don't. Uh-uh. We know these people. We'll see how they live." Oh, that's funny. There's a house in this neighborhood that was the exact same price as this house when we bought this house, but it's at the extreme other side of the neighborhood, right? So up at the far corner on one, two, three, or four streets over. Anyhow, like this neighborhood's on a block, and then there's streets in between. Well, anyway, we wanted to look at it too the day we looked at this house, right? Do not if you're going to buy a house, don't look at more than 3 houses in that day and keep yourself a notebook. Because girl, I had one house, I had this house messed up with another house and thought I had a laundry room and all this other shit when I signed the paperwork on this house. I seriously did. I should have done another walkthrough. But anyhow, we were in a big hurry. But we looked at this other house, and when we went to pull up, she said, "Oh, we can't go in. It's got a contract." And I was like, "Well, shit." And so they moved in the exact same time. It's an older couple, older than us. And oh, we drove up there the other day and I saw they had another for sale sign. So now the people that live there, I hope the little guy didn't pass away. He had a handicap ramp. They kept their yard so beautiful. But the house was one level and they kind of had a step down garage and a laundry room in their garage, but it was actually a real room, not like this shit. Anyhow, I did a virtual tour of their house because see, I never got to see it. I never got to see it when it's the same square footage as mine. It's just all on one level. But that damn house is cut up. I'm so glad. And they have done no upgrades on the house. It's the same as it was in the 90s when they bought it. Or, well, they bought it in 2003 because I bought mine in 2003. But it was built in the 90s. It was built the same year as this house. So I'm saying they didn't do any upgrades. So, somebody's going to come through and they want like 300 and some odd $1,000. Not too bad. And it's a nice house, but it definitely needs to be upgraded. I'm about to sneeze, sorry. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry, guys. I apologize. It's hay fever, I think, right? But anyhow, yeah. That house. I loved going through it. I love doing the 3D tours. Yes. Me too. I want to see what everybody's like. If your house goes up for sale around me, bitch, I'm gonna look at it. I'm so sorry. I will look at your house. If you live around me and I see a for sale sign, I'm gonna try to get your address and look it up on Zillow or the realtors thing. I am so nice. Well, hell, people do it to you. You know what I mean? So anyway, but The house across the street, I don't know how we got on the housing thing, but the house across the street, this man and lady, they've probably been there 10 years. I don't know. But it was a friend of mine from high school that had lived in it, and then she and her husband got divorced, and he kept it for a little while, and then he sold it to this family, and they had kids about the same age as my kids. They all went to high school together and rode the bus and stuff. And anyway, they had, bless their heart. Oh my God. When I said bless their heart, don't think Craig, I'm saying it to be mean. I'm really saying it like honest to God. But anyway, the couple, they were from California. They were from LA and they moved back here. I don't even know why, but they did. And the husband and wife just, there were three, three kids. Like I had three kids, yeah. And anyway, their son, oh my gosh, it was so sad. Well, anyway, they got divorced, and their son, he was riding a skateboard in the neighborhood, and he wrecked, and it really did permanent damage to him. I mean, luckily he didn't, pass, but it really, really, because he didn't have a helmet on and he hit his head. And they had to put like a handicap ramp and stuff in their house. And anyway, they sold it, and this couple bought it, and man, oh man, he's a builder. That house looks like $1 million mansion. If they sold that house right now, they'd have to get $1 million out of it. I mean, they have done so many nice upgrades to it. It's beautiful. But anyway, I looked at it on site before they bought it. I'd love to go in there and look at it now, but we're not. We're like, hey, neighbor, that kind of neighbor, like, hey, how are you? We're not like, come over and have drinks, neighbor, or have barbecue, come over, sit on the deck and talk. I think the husband would be. He's really super nice, but I don't know if she just doesn't like me, or I don't really know. Like, she just doesn't like the look of me or what, but I've never said two words to her. But I get the vibe like she's like, she's never even thrown up her hand. Even when I throw up my hand, I'm like, hey, no, nothing. I don't know. Maybe she watches my channel and she hates me. That happens. Wait for you to know it happens. I'm looking at you, bitch. Hate watching me. Maybe she's a hate watcher. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But anyway, yeah, some people are just like that. Maybe she's just really introverted and, she just doesn't, I don't know. But see, this is why I take it personal. It's because one year they had a beautiful, one of those, how people come and decorate your yard for Christmas, which I wish I could do because y'all know I'm a Christmas fanatic. But anyway, she had one of these beautiful sleds. It was gorgeous. It was like a full-size sled. It made my yard look like the freaking Krampus or the Cramps or whatever they're called. Crumps. What's that one Christmas with the cranks? The cranks. I mean, it made my yard look like Christmas Vacation gone bad. You know what I mean? Because it was so beautiful and so elegant, and everybody on the neighborhood. I don't even talk on the neighborhood thread no more. But everybody on the neighborhood thread was like, "Oh my gosh, your sleigh is so beautiful." Da, da, da. And so then she put on her post, "Oh, thank you. If anybody wants to bring their kids for pictures, like for your Christmas cards and whatever," which was really sweet, right? I wanted to do it, but I didn't want to do it after this. Feel free, just let us know, and you can use the sled. And then, so that year, Bill had a full white beard. It wasn't long, long, but he could grow it pretty quick, and a mustache, and he's got a little pot belly. So I said, well, you'd make a good Santa. What if kids want to come down here and we'll get you a suit? And like, if she'll let them do it, well, you can be the Santa. And I put that in the thing. I was like, and I even posted a picture of Bill looking like Santa Claus holding my granddaughter. Crickets. Every other post, there was like 50 or 60 neighbors that said something on that post. She either liked it or commented on it. She did not on mine. Like, am I being crazy, or is that, like, right? Yeah. Mhm. I hope she doesn't know who I am and she doesn't watch my shit. I don't want her to think I'm being mean. But I felt like, what did I do to you? Maybe I have slighted her in some way. Oh well. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. But don't you guys think? Now I'm not being crazy. That's for real a thing, right? She just like purposely like, I'm not talking to that bitch. But people don't like us in the neighborhood because we built an outdoor shed and somebody called on that. And my husband's a good builder, honey. Don't even trip. He went back in the day. Him and his brothers, they could throw up a house if they needed to. And they've built front porches on everybody's house, our decks, both other houses. They've done sheds at both places and nice too. They don't have fast. It looks nice, okay? Well, it doesn't now. It needs a paint job. But somebody up in our neighborhood turned us into the city for a permit. Oh my God, Bill was so pissed. So I know people are like, these damn rednecks. Well, what do y'all want us to do? We keep our yard mowed. We let y'all turn around in our damn thing and destroy our mailbox. We let you put the garage sale signs up unless you're going to leave them there, and then we take them down. Whatever. But I'll tell you this, and I'm just going to be honest with you, and I don't want to piss anybody off, guys. I really don't. So don't get mad. Please don't get mad. But I'm just going to say it like it is. For a few years there, we put up political signs. We haven't done it in a long time, but we did it. And it pissed people off because most people around here aren't of the same political whatever as we are. And it pissed them the hell off, I guarantee it. And they would come and steal our damn political signs out of our yard. I've watched people do it in broad daylight on the cameras. So I think people just like don't like us because they think we're like some sort of way because of our signs. But whatever. And the damn neighborhood boy up the street, I watched him do it too. And hell, I saw his car. He went around everybody's house and did that shit. Oh, thank you, Mike. How are you? Oh, y'all got to go on live with me one night. We got to talk about your business. Hey, Kentucky Camellia. Sad. People are nuts over politics, right? You can't, I mean, it's my yard. I can put whatever I want to out there as long as it's not vulgar and nasty. Thank you, Mike, so much for this super chat. How are you and your wonderful wife doing with your business? I hope you guys are doing so well. Um, Thank you. Thank you so much for the super chat. That was very sweet of you. Um, let's see. My neighbors hate me, so I'm debating putting up my Halloween on August 1st. Right. Now we wrapped our garage door for Christmas and Halloween, and we always set up a little thing and go out there and well, we don't always, but we have for the last several years. We dress up, we go out there and set up a table, and the little kids come by, and so many people said they loved our garage door, but it pissed somebody off up there. But whatever, do you, boo boo? I mean, you know what I mean? But yeah. I don't know what that's all about, guys. I really don't. But yeah, came in our yard and stole our signs and stuff. So we quit doing it because I don't want to. I'm scared. I really am scared. People will come by and do meaner shit. One time we were on vacation and hell, these kids up in the neighborhood they egged our house. It's just something all the time. And Bill wanted to move, so we looked at so many houses and we were going to buy one. We had to kind of hurry and get out of where we were, but we were going to buy one out in the not country, but in the county, right? Because across the street is actually the county line. Like the street divides the county from the city here. So we live right on the line, but I didn't want to take my kids out of the city schools because they had already been in city schools, which I should have done it because they all had to switch schools anyway. So it didn't even matter, and I didn't even have Carter then, so what did it matter, right? I don't know why I did that, guys. I don't know why I did that. But anyhow, we looked at a really nice house, secluded, had a big pool in the backyard. Neighbors were gone. There was no neighbors around. And Bill, anytime we have trouble with a neighbor, he thinks, or I complain about it, he goes, well, We could have bought that house out there where I told you. Could have bought that house in the county. That's your fault. Twice the house for the same money. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, ain't that the way? Craig, what's going on? Okay, I finally got a call from the insurance adjuster. Oh, good. So Dawn, oh my gosh, if you guys didn't know it, Dawn had her neighbor's tree when it was raining fall on all of the electrical lines and stuff. And did it hit your gutter and stuff? I think it hit your house, didn't it? There was damage. Dawn was hot. I was like, "Oh my gosh, Dawn, I need you to take some of your meds." Oh my gosh. Whoo, I was scared for you that night because you were so enraged. And I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Yeah, it did hit your house. Oh my gosh. And so let me see what Craig says. We have an American flag on one side of our gates and a pride flag on the other. And people keep setting them on fire. What? Ripping them down, etc. And we have cameras, but the police won't do anything about it. Welcome to Tennessee, my friend. That's up. Now, I put up pride flags too, but I didn't this year because my damn thing broke and I was lazy. But I normally do too. Well, hell, there's still a month left. I'll go out there and put them up tonight. I need to put up my pride flags. Yeah, people get mad about it, but I don't give a damn. I don't even care. But yeah, you're right. They don't. And I've never had. Maybe that's why my neighbors don't. I don't care either. Whatever. Yeah. Hey, Kelly. My neighbors had the most trashy ghetto homemade parade. They were coming into everyone's yard and throwing flowers and crazy stuff. I turned my sprinklers on. I'm the worst. Well, yeah, that's uncalled for. I don't even know what that's about, but look, getting in your yard and doing stuff, I don't play. Now my neighbors beside me, they face the busy road and then their backyard and they have three boys and their yard is fenced in. So I let all the kids play in our front yard. And she has asked me before, like she said, "Do you know, oh, get out of there." And I'm like, "No, hell no, I don't mind. Nobody's using the front yard. What the hell do I care?" And they go through our yard to get up into the neighborhood to see their friends and stuff. And they ride their little bikes and stuff. I don't mind that. But, yeah, if they were throwing trash and shit in my yard, I'd be crazy. But they're good kids. And it reminds me of when mine were little enough to play outside and have fun. I don't mind it. They set up a little, oh, that's thunder cracking. They set up a little like a little T-ball net and stuff, or they do like the frisbee thing where they throw the frisbee and they put it in my yard. I don't mind. I don't care. I'm not a bad person to get along with. Like I'm really not. I'm not. Seriously. I do too. I love everyone until they give me a reason not to, So, yeah. Oh gosh, do y'all see that? That's a freaking mosquito flying around. There's one. It is going to bite me. I'll wake up with a pump knot on my head. Like it'll bite me on the eyeball or something, and I'll wake up like this tomorrow. Watch and see, guys. But anyway, I just wanted to jump on here and say hi. I'm glad that you guys did come by and see me. Thumb up the live if you don't mind. It helps me out. I'm going to try to keep doing the lives. I want to have Mike on because Mike Howard, he has a shop up in Pennsylvania that he sells luxury, and I think they're going to get into doing lives if they haven't already. But yeah, Mike, I definitely want to have you guys on with me one night, and that way, we can talk about it. And he has nice stuff. He's on Instagram for sure. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming by and saying hi to me. Let me read some of the chats. Michael says, "I love that you have a voice, Craig, and you use it." Yes. I think as gay people, we just do not. There's that freaking mosquito. I didn't get it. Do not put up with much. Yeah, you shouldn't. You shouldn't in 2025. You shouldn't have to. That's really how I feel about it. Kentucky Camellia. She said, "Our neighbor is my husband's first cousin." Oh, well, that's good. Her daughter's boyfriend knocked down our mailbox. Oh, no, turd. Well, I've had a few people knock it down and come and pay me to get a new mailbox, and that's been very nice. So, uh, yeah. I mean, I'd do the right thing too, but shit. Most people, I'm like, you can't get away with it anymore, guys. I have a full camera in the front and in the side of my house. Like, I can see you. I can fully see you doing it, but whatever. Okay. But yeah. Night all. Craig, good night. Good night. We appreciate you as well. Oh, thank you, Michael. I just finished watching Chateau Diaries. Okay. Yes. Diane, love to see you. Hey, doll. I'm so glad you guys came by. And yeah, cameras are the best and the worst. But thank you so much. Tomorrow's video, I have 2 reveals for you. One is a new puppy. And I'll explain the whole thing and show you my little baby. Oh my God, he's so cute. And I have a new bag. I know, surprising. What? She has another bag? No way. What, are you kidding me? Yes, I have another bag. So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Michael, thanks so much. And everyone come back and have a little comment. Yes, yes. Okay, bye guys. Love you. See you later.